While the world was expecting a traditional American strike on Iran, there was a third player in the game that no one noticed: artificial intelligence. Not just in the planes, but in the decision-making, in the analysis, in the timing. The systems that analyzed thousands of pieces of data and identified Iran's weak points are the same systems we train every day for free, thinking we're just using AI for fun. The night the region shook. The strikes weren't random, they were surgical, as if the one who selected the targets never sleeps, never hesitates, and never misses. The aircraft launched from secret U.S. bases weren't just B-2 Spirits, stealth bombers that vanished from radar. They were guided by something far more advanced than satellites or human spies. They were driven by an algorithm trained not only on satellite imagery or classified intelligence, but on us. Every tweet, every image, every Google search, all of it, fed into systems designed to predict behavior and weaponize it. This system didn't just analyze data. It anticipated, it simulated Iran's reaction, and predicted the path of escalation before a single missile was launched. The AI didn't just locate weak points in Iran's nuclear infrastructure. It mapped psychological pressure points, political reactions, and crafted a strike that was precise, confusing, and devastatingly silent. A single calculated hit was enough to disable a chain of retaliation without Iran even knowing where to start responding. And the most chilling part? This system learned more from our public data than from boots on the ground. For the first time in history, the decision to start and end a war was not purely human. It was shared with a machine. How we all helped build the weapons of the future without knowing it. On the surface, everything seemed normal. Downloading a new app, posting a photo with friends, sharing an opinion about politics. But behind the screens, something else was happening. In recent years, world powers weren't just investing in weapons, they were investing in us, in every move we make online. Artificial intelligence isn't born smart. It feeds, it learns, it grows. And what have we fed it? Our children's photos, our GPS locations, our sleeping habits, even our most private thoughts. All of it, sent straight to massive servers in places we'll never know, used to train AI systems. Not to create music or art, but to map the human mind, predict responses, and wage wars we've never seen before. Ever wondered why free apps request access to your microphone, even when they don't need it? Why your camera sometimes turns on without permission? Or why you see ads for things you only thought about, but never searched? These aren't accidents. They are pre-war tactics. Today, some algorithms can classify entire populations by how likely they are to comply or rebel. They can measure anger just by reading your facial expressions. It's possible to simulate the public opinion of an entire country in minutes. And this intel is being used right now to plan strikes, choose timing, and craft political messages designed to calm or ignite the masses. Weapons today aren't just drones or bombs. They're thoughts implanted, information leaked, behaviors predicted. When the U.S. launched its recent strike on Iranian facilities, it wasn't relying solely on satellites or spies. It used systems that understand its enemies, because we help train them to understand us, what we think, what we fear, what breaks us. The terrifying part isn't that they stole our data, it's that we gave it to them in exchange for speed, comfort, and free services. In the end, we still don't know if this data is only being used against enemies, or if one day it will be used against us. Maybe you think the war started with missiles, but the truth, it began the moment we clicked accept on the terms of a free app. When we gave away our photos, our locations, our voices, our daily habits, we thought we were using smartphones, but in reality, we were feeding a digital beast we couldn't see. That beast is now learning from everything. It predicts everything, and it decides when wars begin and when they end. The AI that helped the US strike Iran could be the same one that decides tomorrow who gets targeted and who gets erased. Maybe we no longer live in a world ruled by humans, but in one shaped by algorithms that know us better than we know ourselves. And this video is not the end of the story. It's just the beginning of an unveiling. Because what's coming is far more terrifying than you've ever imagined. Subscribe now, because next time, we might not be allowed to speak.